Hello everybody, it's Shermel with Trucking with Shermel. On today's video, we're going to have a trucker story. A time that I messed up. It had to kind of learn on the fly, honestly. But before we get too deep in this thing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come join the family. Let's get into this thing. Here go the intro. Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody. It's a beautiful start to a beautiful week. It's February the 8th, 2021. We are headed to Virginia. I've never been so excited to head to Virginia in my life. Looked at the weather. No snow heading there today. I will hit some snow coming back tonight, but it's supposed to be 48 degrees, man. That might not sound like a lot, but when you're coming from minus 21 yesterday morning, that's a heat wave, you know. That's a 69 degree temperature swing. So, but on today's video, I got a trucker story, more so something that happened to me that maybe I can save from happening to you. So I used to run on a dedicated account. We deliver Goodyear tires to like Walmart's, you know, small little mom and pop tire shops. It was you know, we had commercial tires and some automotive tires for the most part. Now watch this real quick. You see that car coming up on the back of that truck? I already knew he was gonna get over, so I kicked my cruise off. That's what experience will get you. He started gaining on him all of a sudden out of nowhere. That let me know he was gonna get ready to come over on top of me. So that's what I talked about in the video, is not only driving for yourself, but driving for other people. And experience will let you know that's what they do. So I was able to prepare for that, keep my cruise off, let them come on out, you know. But so we delivered the Goodyear, you know, tire dealers. So we were based out of Lockbourne, Ohio. That's where the warehouse was. And so we had a guy that lived up in northeastern Ohio. He wouldn't come down to Lockbourne and get his loads. So you know, we did 2 layover routes a week and then 1 day route. So we slept out twice a week, you know. We was off Saturday and Sunday. But on Saturdays, if you wanted to make some extra money, you could run this shuttle up to northeastern Ohio for this guy. Take his loaded trailer up, drop it, and bring his empty back. You know, a couple hours. It was like 3 hours each way. You could either go there or up to Toledo. We had a guy that lived in Toledo too. So one Saturday, I'm like, you know what? I want to make some extra money today. I'm gonna jump on this shuttle, man. So you know, I got a hold of the dispatcher. I said, hey, you know, I'll run the shuttle on Saturday, because if nobody volunteered to run it, they would have a temp agency coming in and run it for that day, you know. So I said, I'll run it, man, you know, make a little extra money this Saturday. Well, they actually Friday night, I just took off with it. I took off with it, got up there, found out where I was going. This is my first time going up there. They gave me all the information, where to drop it, where it would be, what to look for. Found it back then, dropped, took his lock off the empty, put it on the loaded one, locked it up, put the paperwork, in where it should be and all this stuff. Got hooked up to the empty, tried to go to take off. Boom, brakes won't release. Okay, did my pre-trip. I didn't hear no air leaking off nowhere, Okay, well, let me see. Go out and look, and everything's good. And all right, I'm gonna just let it run for a little bit. It was in the winter time. It was cold and snowy. I said, maybe brakes froze up. Let me let them air up, and I'm tap on the hub there with a hammer and a mallet, and let's see if that does it. Nah, still no. So I'm scratching my head at this point. I said, okay, let me, it's empty. Let me tug on it a little bit, see if, rock it back and forth. See if I can get the brakes to, pop free. I'm thinking the brakes is froze up at this point. So I'm like, man, it's gonna be a long day. I'm trying to make some quick money. Now the trailer got an issue. I get a hold of the driver and I'm like, hey, sorry to bother you, man. Did you have any issues with this trailer? Nah, man, it ran fine. Nothing that I can think of or remember. So I'm like, yeah, I can't, having a hard time getting the brakes released. He's like, well, I can come up there to you. I'm like, nah, don't worry about it, man. It's no big deal. I'll get it figured out, man. If not, then they'll just have to send, road service out here to get me going. Going back to bed or whatever. It's cool. Thank you. So I'm still, like, man, what's wrong? I went over everything. Now, granted, I'm a new driver too. Now, I'm not saying I'm a new driver to get me out of what happened, but I'm a new driver. I had never experienced this. I'm just kind of going through the motions of, checking off what could be wrong and what couldn't be wrong. I'll say it in a minute. I'm not mechanically inclined. I know a few things. I know a little something. I know how to Google stuff or ask people. But when it comes to big major repairs, I can't do that stuff. I don't know how. I will learn how, but I just don't know how. And so I go back again. I'm looking. I release, the trailer brake. Go back, see if I hear any air leak. Maybe I got a bad brake chamber. No, I don't hear no air coming out of the valve. I don't hear no air leaking off the trailer. It's over an hour at this point. I've been sitting here scratching my head. I done got frustrated. So this is why I say in my videos, stay calm, remain calm. You can't think on a level head, being frustrated, worked up, any of that stuff. You're not going to be able to think rationally and go through the motions of what's going on. So after being out there over an hour, I'm frustrated, scratching my head. I called the company and I'm like, hey, something's wrong with the trailer. The brakes won't release. They're not flowing freely. I can't go nowhere. I'm still here. So they're like, they go through the process of check, what did you check? What did you not check? And whatnot. And, that way we can know what to tell the repair company. They didn't give me a hard time at all. They just wanted to know to make sure to get the right people out there that's going to be able to fix what's wrong. Told them that. He said, okay, I'll call you back. Get out, looking again, and I said, man, maybe my airlines ain't lined up correctly. Sometimes if you put it on there and it's not on right, you'll have a little air leak or something just where it won't release right, man. These trailers can be finicky sometimes, man. These glad hands. It don't take much for things not to work right. I took the airline off, even though my brakes were set. When I took the airline off, it was a loud pop. And I was like, huh? Cut my utility light on. I had the airlines on backwards. So excuse me. So when I hooked them, I was like, man, I had the red on the blue on the red. Normally it's hard to get them on like that. But with me being new, different trailer, I just, I wasn't thinking. So I put them on the right way, blue to blue, red to red, released it, it flowed freely. I was like, you know, I was relieved that I was escaped that moment, but I was also like, man, I should have been checked that. So I called the company back, told them, hey, I have my airlines on backwards. It's good. I'm good to go. Thank you. I'm heading back. And actually, when I started pulling doubles, some years later, I was on dedicated account pulling doubles. A guy told me that. He said, an old timer, he said, hey, when you get out here and you pull these doubles, it's going to be times you're going to be, see, on this account, we took doubles to where we went, we broke them down, delivered them, and set them up and put them back together and came back empty. So he said, hey, it's going to be times you're going to be out here at night. Hook them up backwards and get used to that sound, that way, or that feeling, that way you will know what is to be expected and what's not. You know, that way you will know, be able to troubleshoot that. But see, I had already been through that. But the thing about doubles is you got lines running from the truck to the lead trailer. You got lines running from the dolly to the lead trailer, and then the dolly to the chaser. So it's a lot of airlines. That's what he was saying. You gonna get them backwards one time on these dollies for these doubles. I never did though, and I think that was because I had been through that in that moment when I first started driving. I've been doing this for 14 years. When I first started driving, I had already been through that moment. Now I haven't seen everything out here. I'm still learning as well. That's why I said, if you guys have any tips or anything, don't hesitate to share them. I'm not one of those guys where I'm like, oh, I've been doing this, don't tell me nothing, I know it all. That's not me. Don't ever hesitate to make a comment and say, hey, try this, or this is what works for me, because what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. But it's something to keep in mind. Is, you know, this is an open platform to where people can share their experiences and their journey as well. It's just not just about me. So that was my trucker story for today. Something my son wanted me to do, and you know, that can also be a learning experience. You can hook them lines up backwards, and if you do, the trailer won't flow freely. I don't know exactly why it works like that. Something, the way the air comes out the lines into the trailer, just the way it flows. Something goes in, something goes out. I'm not mechanically inclined. I'm probably not explaining it right. Something to that nature. But if you hook them up backwards, you will not be able to pull the trailer. It won't happen. Check that. Make sure you ain't got no leaks to check the airlines. Don't be like me. Don't spend an hour, over an hour out there, you know, dealing with that. Look at that sun coming up. That's one good thing about driving a truck, is you see some beautiful sunrises in the morning and some sunsets in the evening. I'm telling you something right now. I feel it in my bones. It's gonna be an awesome day today, man. It's gonna be an awesome day today. But as always, I'm gonna jump off here and enjoy this ride this morning. Make sure you arrive to your pickup and your delivery safely. Safely. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Love on somebody today. But most importantly, be the reason that somebody smiles today. It's contagious. Smiling is contagious. The world needs it now more than ever. We can be the first step to change it. Smile and love on somebody today, man. Let somebody know you appreciate them. Gratitude goes a long way in life. It does. So I just want to leave everybody with that, man. Have an awesome day. It's going to speak it and claim it. Don't hope to have a good day. Have a good day. It's going to be a good day. It is a good day. Remember that. It starts in your mind. Believing it. Knowing it. And everything else will follow after that. So, this is today's video with Trucking with Shamil. And I'm out. Peace.